The teaching of maths in primary schools has changed considerably since most parents were at school themselves. The methods used by children today can be difficult to understand for parents who were not themselves taught in this way. A maths curriculum evening was arranged to give an overview of the methods used here at Helsby Hillside, so that parents can feel more confident in supporting their children and understanding their progression. The topics discussed during the evening have been used to create a series of videos. In addition to this introduction, there are videos covering the key vocabulary used in the teaching of maths, and the methods used in the 4 number operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. During the evening, a presentation was shown to parents. This was accompanied by a booklet. The contents of the booklet have been included in the videos, along with the slides shown, and recordings of the explanations given by teachers. Shortly you'll begin to hear a recording of the introduction given by teachers at the start of the evening.
Good evening and welcome. Nice to see so many of you here. 6 o'clock, so I think it's time that we started. Okay, the purpose of this evening is for us as teachers to inform you about the way we at Hillside go about teaching maths. Most of you will see a handout that you've acquired, and in that handout you'll see lots of vocabulary that we'll be mentioning tonight, and also examples of some of the methods that we will be talking about. We will be covering the basic principles of methods on the PowerPoint that you're going to be looking at, but some of the actual methods are actually covered in a lot more detail, so you can take those away and have a look at them at your leisure. Okay. Some of the vocabulary that we'll be discussing is at the front of the booklets. Some that you will be familiar with, maybe, such as number bonds, multiplication facts or tables, and also some more technical maths vocabulary, such as the commutative law and the distributive law. Those two in particular aren't words that we would use with the children, but when we're actually teaching the processes to the children, they're the actual concepts that we are covering. Okay. We're going to focus tonight on the 4 number operations that you can see there, and we're going to talk about how we at Hillside teach in different phases of the school, different ages of the children, how we teach those 4 main operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. And what we're going to do is focus on each of those operations in turn, rather than sort of do year groups at a time. Okay, that's Jane. To start with, we sort of talk about in general terms the actual progression in the teaching of maths throughout the school. In the early years, foundation stage or reception, most of the maths that's taught there is of a practical nature, with practical activities which include lots of number talk, counting, number recognition. And then in Key Stage 1, that leads on to securing number and awareness of the number bonds and the basic processes of addition and subtraction, extending to multiplication and division in years 1 and 2, and the children move from the more practical activities onto the more standard recording of operations. And again, this moves on to Key Stage 2, with the children working on more formal written methods, the types of methods you may have been familiar with when you were at school. However, some of those have changed. Okay. Thanks, Jane. Like I said, we're not going to focus on shaping space or data handling. We're just going to focus on addition, subtraction, multiplication and division.